Did you know that everything in Python is stored in variables? From numbers to text, Python can handle different types of data easily. But how does it work? In this video, we'll break down variables and data types in Python with real-life examples and hands-on coding. A variable in Python is like a storage box. It holds data that can be used later. You can store numbers, text, or even entire lists in a variable. Think of a variable as a name tag. Imagine you have a water bottle labeled My Bottle. Whenever you see the label, you know what's inside. In Python, a variable acts the same way. It holds data that we can access later. In Python, you don't need to specify a data type while creating a variable. Just assign a value, and Python will automatically understand its type. Assigning values to variables. Name equals John, that's a string. Age equals 25, an integer. Height equals 5.8, a float. Is underscore student equals true, a boolean. Print name, age height, is underscore student. Python has some rules for naming variables. Let's go over them. Variables must start with a letter or underscore, like underscore myvar or myvar. They cannot start with a number. For example, onevar is invalid. Variable names are case sensitive, so myvar and myvar are different, and it's always best to use meaningful names. For instance, instead of x equals 5, use age equals 5. In Python, each variable has a data type, which defines what kind of value it holds. Here are the most common ones. String, or str, represents text like hello world, or your name stored in a database. An integer, or int, is a whole number, such as 25, which could represent age or the number of students. A float, or float, is a number with a decimal point, like 5.8, often used for height or the price of an item. Boolean or bool is a binary value, either true or false, similar to a light switch being on or off. A list or list is an ordered collection of items like 1, 2, 3, 4, similar to a shopping list. A tuple or tuple is an immutable ordered collection, such as 10, 20, 30, which could represent GPS coordinates. Lastly, a dictionary or dict stores key value pairs like name John age 25, useful for storing student details. You can check the type of any variable using the type function. So, let's take a look at some example code to understand how the type function works. X equals 10, y equals 3.14, z equals hello. Now, when we print the type of x, it will output class int. Printing the type of y will give us class float, and printing the type of z will show class star. In hospital management software, patient details like names are stored as strings, ages as integers, and temperature readings as floats. This way, the software can handle each type of data appropriately. You can convert one data type into another using Python's built-in functions like int, float, and str. This is especially useful when you need to ensure data is in the correct format for processing. Hash output. When entering a phone number in a form, it is stored as a string, not an integer. This prevents errors like removing leading zeros, for example 0987654321. Use clear variable names like student underscore age, which is better than just x. Use the correct data type, such as int for numbers and str for text. Follow Python naming conventions, using snake underscore case. Convert data types carefully, and avoid losing precision in float to int conversions. Now you know the basics of variables and data types in Python. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into operators and expressions to perform calculations and logic in Python. Like, share and subscribe for more Python lessons. Next video, Python operators explained.